Hi everybody. So I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. So I got some new decks in and I would like to use them. So this is information for anybody coming across this. This is recorded on the Lionsgate. So what is this Lionsgate triggering for the people that may be watching this in whatever time space continuum and however this resonates, even though it is a portal day? Let this be a timeless message for those who come across it when they come across it. So the decks that I got in, and there's a couple more. So this deck is the Intuitive Tarot. So meaning it has upright and reverses on it, and this is the pocket deck. And as you can see, this is what it's very mini, light for traveling. And so today's energy, specifically for what is going on, I've asked Spirit for information on a higher scale, not just a human, but a galactic or a channeling of this energy and how it affects anybody and everybody, but also things that we as humans don't look at shift-wise. And with that being said, this is what's going on. So this is the order in which these cards have come out. So, and normally I would show you. So we have the Chariot upright, or excuse me, reversed, right? We have the Nine of Wands upright. We have the Nine of Swords. I would say more reversed than anything. We have the Nine of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment upright. So affected by this, I'm hearing 999. So there's an angel number in there, or you could start be seeing synchronicities involving 9 numbers. Now the 999 is, I really feel like in this case, a lot of you are finding that having an emotional fulfillment is also mental racking, because you're trying to figure out, what is this wish? How are you going to accomplish this? And with the Chariot being blocked, right, which we talk about forward movement, achievement, things like that, being a goal setter. This in this case is, it's like, how do I get over this? How do I do this? How do I do this? And it's like, it's a to-do list that's never ending. And so with this and the 999, a lot of it is like, I'm never going to be fulfilled. Like, I'm being tested all this time, and yet this fulfillment never comes. So we have, after that, we have the Sun upright. We have the Three of Cups upright. We have Death upright. And then we have Temperance reversed. Now, in this combination, a lot of times you find the right answers going through the trials and tribulations and obstacles that are blocked. A lot of us see sight in a one-sided way, in a blinder aspect, versus, asking for help. And a lot of us refuse to ask for help. We refuse to ask for new information because sometimes we feel like a lot of people don't give us the right type of information. We don't. So this doing it together aspect in this case is like talking about rejoicing and asking for the knowledge, or simply speaking out. But yet we're so confined to this limiting one side era that with external changes that are coming around, I feel like a lot of people are dreading these changes, or they're still held on to this, and like the lack of perspective is like running around in circles, or being in that conundrum of, do I reach out first? Do I do this? I'm just seeing a lot of like mental aspect is like you're rabbit holing, the overthinking, and that is what you're getting. Like, I feel like the lack of having everything that's coming through, like this lack of perspective or this foggy vision, is aspects of ourselves, because we don't want people knowing what is going on with us. So we have the Seven of Swords. So a lot of you, some of you, because it's saying set the record straight, right? a lot of you feel like you have to speak the truth because people want to make you out to be the villain or to be this way or that way. But I really feel like speaking out and using your knowledge is not actually needed, because for some of you, like, I'm seeing an arrow being shot, and some of you are like, I needed this. This is my sign, right? This arrow, right, going through. A lot of times it needs to be shattered, because I'm seeing it shatter and basically break a brick wall, like removing an obstacle, right? So some of you need to basically shoot an arrow in the dark and watch it and where it lands, is what I'm hearing on this. Yeah. So that is where Spirit wants to open up. Now, I actually would like to see aspects of what is Spirit saying for those that are affected by this in any way, shape, form. And I just got a sharp pain in, like, right here at, like, the shoulder to the neck. And I've been feeling pain in my foot where the ankle meets the actual foot, and like up top where you bend it at the joint right there. Like, I've been getting that all day today and nothing happened. I just woke up with it and it just feels like that. So a lot of you may be feeling aspects of yourself that are painful. I'm hearing painful endings. Some of you may be feeling painful goodbyes, painful memories that are coming through, fragmentations that are coming through. And the reason I'm saying fragmentations is we have the Ace of Cups, right? So this is water energy, whether it's Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. So the overflowing love is with the Ace of Cups. I feel like a lot of you are searching for emotional support. I feel like a lot of you that are watching, Spirit is actually giving you this love, this unconditional. For some of you, we have the Knight of Coins, right? This bountiful energy, this boundless love, right? Well, the Knight of Cups, well, excuse me, the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Coins. For some of you, there are people willing to reach out, like, you know, energy, but it's like slow and steady. So for some of you waiting for this love, right, to overflow, a lot of it has to deal with this slow and steady wins the race aspect. And Spirit wants you to know that this energy that you've manifested in the past, right? I want you to know it's starting to come through. And for one of you in particular, I just want to hold off on that and get some clarity. What is the Magician, the Ace of Cups, and the Knight of Coins specifically? What does this entail? Like this overflowing, this manifestation, this bringing in this slow and steady love and whatnot. What is this? What is this energy? A lot of you are manifesting love. Like someone to understand you. Right? But I'm also seeing, so we have the stars. It's a wish fulfillment, right? Because I really feel like in this case, the star and the Magician are pretty closely linked, but it's like doing the work. It's basically alchemizing energy. And for some of you have been fidgeting with your hands, because I'm getting this like fidgeting, like I need something to do, I need to write, I need to do this. Like you're setting yourself into this. So like manifestation techniques where it's like I'm writing this in like future tense, but making it into the present, I guess. This energy of the stars, this wish fulfillment, but it's also saying like I'm being guided, and I really feel like this is like you've actually been guided to do this whether someone told you to do it or it just sat right with you. There is this making a plan and sticking to it, but I'm also seeing manifestation. Like, some of you have been writing in a manifestation. So we have judgment, right? We have the 10 of Cups. And then we have the World. So yeah, some of you are ready for a beginning and an end. So because of the World is talking about a favorable outcome, right? We're talking about being more affected by the world than what we think we are. So some of you, are too broad. Some of you are like, yes, like I'm gonna get this, right? So Spirit's actually saying narrow down your sights on a specific goal in mind. Now, some of you have actually been told this. For some of you with this Knight of Coins, some of it's going to take long-term fulfillment, right, for this love. So working on an aspect and bringing this into yourself is like raising the bar and bringing it back into yourself and sending it out at the same time, because we are natural receivers, so learning the laws of the universe, the universal laws, whatnot, about manifestation. What you send out is what you get, right? But you have to set the slate clean and basically open yourself up to that wavelength, right? So because of the fact that the Star and Judgment, right, and these cards are, even because I'm working with the Egyptian tarot with the Star, right, it has scales. It's talking about balance. And Anubis, right, is known as the wearer of the heart, right? He works with that scale with Ma'at and a couple other beings. Now, because of this, it's like, do both sides add up, right? Do your cups overfill one way, or it just basically, is it unbalanced? So some of you, for this to work out, because it may be feeling broad, you need to narrow down with this Knight of Cups. You need to narrow it down over time. So instead of just asking the universe to bring this out, some of you actually need to write down what it is that you're trying to accomplish and what you're bringing in, and slowly start working at it, like chiseling it away. It's like a masterpiece. You paint a little here, or you put a puzzle together. You don't put it in just one sitting, right? Like, especially if it's like 10,000 pieces. You work with, here and there a little bit pieces. I'm also seeing someone, for whatever reason, those like videos on social media that they have that like diamond, where you basically have those beady things and they're multicolored, and they show you like, oh, where you put here, and then you basically work, and it's supposed to be like take you so much time, and you have to like stick one individual at the time. Spirit is showing me someone who is doing that, like the paint magic shit. I don't know what it is, but I'm seeing someone do that. So yeah, that could be a confirmation for someone to maybe do that and quiet your mind, or something that you have said that you wanted to do. But I'm also seeing with this, the 10 of Cups and the Ace of Cups, right? Because they work hand in hand, this is a very huge energy, right, of fulfillment and bringing in someone. And you specifically, I'm saying someone, you need to water and cultivate your garden. So you cannot fix someone who doesn't want to be fixed, or help someone that doesn't want to be helped, because some people tend to overgive and people overtake, and there's no firm balance between the two. So I'm seeing someone salted, like put a ring around them, like salted, like set a salt circle and was in there, and they're so stuck in this circle that they refuse to leave. And there's no balance, there's no harmony, nothing will grow there. This person doesn't realize that, and there's a person that is trying to like sweep this energy, right, this salt up, or vacuum it, and to basically get this person out of their zone, this salt circle that they've protected themselves with and that like gridded. In reality, it's actually hurting them. And so this person may actually be your wish fulfillment in this case, or you have an overabundance And Spirit is saying, like, hey, like, we would like to take some of this overabundance that you have, and we want to, like, help you, you know, shift it into a more positive aspect. But, like I said, because I'm seeing Salt Circle right there in this wheel, some of you are dealing with someone who does not, they're so guarded and protected of themselves that they refuse to leave that circle, or they refuse to leave their comfort zone aspect. And with this Judgment, which would usually talk about either changing a perspective or rising above it, or even casting judgment, a lot of times we go through spiritual awakenings. And I'm seeing that because you're being led from this, it's like moving backwards, right? And yeah, it's like moving backwards. So you've set your intention, you've set what you want to do, and Spirit is actually saying, like, okay, we're gonna move this way with this knight and this coin, right? You're moving backwards. So working backwards to move forwards is what for some of you are moving this way. Now, with this rise, and because like I said, I'm seeing this. So you're being led away. So your back is like, hey, like, you've set your intention, now we're gonna move this way. So some of you need to basically call on a specific intention and seeing what your goals are, because some of them are just wish and fantasies, and there is no, some of you are just trapped, or you're dealing with someone who is trapped and they are not making their way forward to you. So we have the King of Cups, yeah. So we have emotional mastery. So for some of you dealing with this King of Cups, some of you are waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, but they're still in this, and you're trying to basically get them out or coax them out. And Spirit is saying the best way. I am like, we have the King of Wands. We have unpredictable. So you have unpredicted, like, this person comes and goes. And then we have the King of Coins, right? And then we have the Fool and the King of Swords. So the fact that all of these cards have come up, all 4 suits have come up, you are dealing with a multifaceted nature of this person where it is unpredicted, it's wishy-washy, it's everywhere else, and Spirit is actually not saying, like, this person could give you emotion at one point, they're hot and cold the next, and then they just get mental with you, and it's like, do I move on, stay close? Do I move on, do I stay close? So this person is like, I'm gonna step one foot. We're doing the hokey pokey at this point. So Spirit is actually leading you away from this individual, and basically saying, hey, like, you need to focus on this. So playing the hokey pokey is not gonna get you anywhere, even though this is a wish fulfillment. Do not salt your chances. Do not, just don't put all your eggs into one basket in one metaphor or one manifestation, because I feel like a lot of people will see that there is something greater and more illuminated on the future path for you. It's just like Spirit wants to pull you over here, and for some of you, you don't understand that. So yeah, that came out again. So the Star, the Judgment, and the 10 of Cups. So why did this come out again after shuffling? We have the 2 of Swords. There's a decision to make, but yet some of you are still blind to it. And then we have the 3. So yeah, there is a decision that needs to be made whether you are going to do this or not. I'm also seeing that some of you just would rather be blind to the aspect and not pay attention to it, but because of the fact that you don't want to hurt. We have the 6 of Pentacles. So this is being fair and being forgiven. For some of you, like, do not give more than you can take, or you need to set aspects and stop giving people so much chance after chance after chance after chance when you know you are actually disappointed by this nature. And with this being said, like, look, we have the Knave of Chalices. So this is a person who is very emotionally, like, they're still learning to balance their emotions, but a part of them is their emotions are still all over the place. So there is no firm grasp on, you know, this. So their emotions are mentally, it's more mental than it is emotional. So I want to tell you, like, because this would be like the Page of Cups in a regular tarot deck, there is, a chance to be But like I said, there is no journey. There is a journey, and it's like, it's trapped energy. It's trapped emotion. And it's just, some of you are just going to be super disappointed and crushed when they find out that the person that you were trying to give this to, this energy or this chance to, or these chances to, whatever the case may be in this situation, and it comes to love, you need to take it back and give it to yourself. Because I feel like a lot of times, sometimes it's not reciprocated. And there is a choice. If you have to do it, make with the Ace of Cups that came out, and like the Knight of Cups, because it's a slow energy. I feel like it's taken you a long time to realize your self-worth. And this is saying now is the time to reclaim yourself. You need to make this decision when the time arises to give it to yourself, because you will find that giving it to yourself will be a lot greater than giving it to someone else that cannot give you the same in return that you would do. And a lot of times, like I read the quote that says, an overthinker is a person who overloves. You basically just pour out, and spirit wants that to come through. So if you're manifesting love, like a great love, a lot of times you need to take aspects, and it's there, it's on the horizon, right? It's on the horizon for you. You just need to make a decision, because I feel like the road less traveled will be more rewarding, whatever it may be. We all have a road, and some people are saying, you know, maybe you'll be like, oh, maybe I'm overthinking it because the road less traveled, you know, usually it's one of risk, it's one of chance. But in reality, any road that you travel will lead you to the same place, because this is your path, you know, either way. So it's like, don't overthink it, just one step at a time. You know, go where the breeze is, wherever you're being pulled. Some have an innate pulling of staying put, and that's fine. Others, you know, have a pulling to go everywhere. So we have the 4. Right? But this came out reverse. So 3, 4, and 6. That is a number for you. Go look it up. 3, 4, 6. So some of you need to make a decision on your home life, whether the system of balances are in place, are true. We have 9. The 9 of Pentacles, right? So some of you, and the 8. Ooh. We have 6, 8, 9. 6, 9, 8. We have the Lovers. We have Temperance, we have the Chariot, and we have the 2 of Pentacles. So, some of you are, I don't want to get into this specifically. You need to make a decision on where you're going, because the Chariot is saying that there is a decision to make, but you are kind of just like up and down about it, or back and forth, but it's being pulled in a different direction. So as below, you know, above, so is below. So what you're giving with this duality of the Chariot, there are 2 paths you can take. You can choose to give it to yourself. With the Temperance is talking about balance. Now, this love coming through for some of you, yeah, with the 9 is a wish fulfillment. And I want to tell you, it needs to be balanced and properly, like, bestowed. You have a chance, right, with this 8. Now, with the Cups on the bottom of the deck, I really feel like there's a lot of things that you have had to overcome in order to make this decision. But you have to leave the past behind. Some of you are carrying baggage that are really weighing your chances down with the double 9 again. So we have 2 9s. We have, at first we had triple 9, now we have double 9. So triple 9, double 9, same aspect. With the Lovers, right? I want to tell you, with this balanced love life, because there is juggling, there is a choice to make between 2 parties, or maybe even 3. Because I'm hearing 3rd time's a charm for some. But I'm really seeing juggling aspects. So someone may be coming back into your life after you've kind of just been like, hey, like, I want you back in my life. But I really feel like you have a decision to make, and it's really affecting you long term. So some of you are going to be leaving a relationship because it's no longer working. And you will find that you're more fulfilled outside of this relationship because you've let it transpire. You've let it expire, and now Spirit is pushing you farther than before. Now, instead of relationships, what is going on with this Lion Gate portal? What is it revealing to people in any way, shape, and form? What is it revealing to people? What does need to be revealed, even spiritually, physically? What is the purpose? What is being revealed? We have the Ten of Cups. A lot of term goal. What is being revealed? Desires, emotional, so some of you are having emotions come to the surface that deep down were hidden. And I feel like with these hidden aspects that you repress, like, because I'm looking at this right here, you know how you see like all of the cups are, open, right? But you have this cup right in the middle at the bottom. And then you have this one who has like a slight discoloration than the rest. It's like worn and like hollow. I really want to say, because of this cup caught my attention, there's a hollow or a hole or a void. So it's like something is being voided. Or being worn out, and emotions are coming through because these emotions are worn out. It's just, they're old, they're not ready to take place in your immediate future. And Spirit's really calling you to put aspects onto your emotional life and, sort them out. What is fact and what is fake? So what is this void? What is this void? This is void. What is this void, Spirit? We have the Hermit. Hermit is all about introspection. So emotional introspection is coming through, but I'm also hearing that there is going to be wisdom that you are going to find in this void aspect. And a lot of you you need to go into this because of a shedding that needs to be done, and aspects that I'm hearing a lot of you have emotions that they're not perfect, and you've tried so hard to hide them and to be perfect, and it's struggling, and it's mentally taxing, and that these are coming to the light for a reason in your mind, is because this shedding is going to bring you great knowledge and wisdom to carry forth in the future. Now we have the Four of Pentacles. Some of you just don't want to let these go, right? And then we have the Eight, which is talking about working on aspects of ourselves that it's time. It's introspection. So this is coming to light. We have the Three of Cups, and then we have the Tower. So this is breaking blocks and emotional things that we have not done. And it's time. Like divine order was meant to be. It's not going to come crashing down, but it's a chance for you to dismantle what has been stuck with you. And some of you are going to be doing aspects of letting people go. And that's the huge thing, was letting people go, because of the fact that we have the Tower and then we have this, right? And it's like, you cannot pass go until you cleared your board. If that aspect, you have to go through all of these things that hurt us, and we have to let them go and to receive better. And this aspect, you have to go through it, and the only way to bypass it is to go through it. And you will find that everything will make sense at the end. You just got to trust in the process. This is meant to destroy all this. It's meant to destroy so you can create. So write everything down in what you're seeing. Look, you are seeing these signs, you're seeing these synchronicities, you're seeing this video. Things are meant to be seen. Like, you cannot hide. It has to come to an end. An abrupt ending is coming. And it's like, be prepared and be passionate, because now it's like you have an aspect of yourself that is preparing, right? And you may think you have a lack of victory, but reality is this creative insight that is coming through. is not one that's going to be seen. You know what I mean? It's like, it will be heard, it will happen at the last, and it will click in place and be like, ah, okay. So Spirit, like, any events that are going to happen, that anybody who watches this is something that to pay attention to. Like, no matter what it is, it doesn't have to be a collective. Like, what is something, like, being revealed to the person through signs? What type of signs are we looking at? So the signs that you will see is with the Three of Swords is overcoming. It's accepting the circumstances for what they are, acknowledging your part in it. So we have the Fool, right? And it's beginning again. It's setting yourself free. So some of you may be seeing, like, in the traditional sense, the Three of Swords has the heart being stabbed by 3 swords, 3 daggers, whatever. So the fact that you may be seeing that, like a flaming sword heart that, you know, people will show, you know, or an arrow pierced through it. A heart is going to be seen on anywhere, social media, whatever, text messages, conversation here and there. So the Fool is talking about opening yourself up again after all this time, and you will find that you are free. You don't feel these. You're liberated. I'm hearing liberation, the word liberation, right? We have strength. Now, this liberation, some of you may feel like you don't have it in you. You don't have it in you. Like, you're just beaten down. You are not sure on how this is. You're wary. And you see a lot of lions today, and granted, strength came out, and I've been seeing strength, like, literally everywhere. We have the Ace of Wands. You have a passionate start. So the fact that you may be lacking the courage to do this, but believe me, you have the fire around, and, like, Spirit is lighting a fire. We have the Two of Swords, right? You have, pay attention, right? So Spirit is like, hey, pay attention. Like, I'm giving you the signal. Go. So, like, for whatever reason, the Olympic, you know, like the Olympic torch, like the Spirit, the fire and stuff, like igniting and basically doing it in segments where they pass it on to the next, you know, fire bearer or whatever, or torch bearer. For some of you, the Statue of Liberty in New York is like a huge thing, but yeah, specifically the Statue of Liberty torch. We have the Three of Wands, manifest your dreams. Boom. So you're seeing this. We have 4 of Coins. We have attachment, right? So some of you have an innate attachment to a certain place that you wanted to go, and Spirit's actually telling you, like, hey, let go of this, because now it's time for you to go, because Spirit is like, you're not going to go here, but I'm going to actually send you somewhere better, if that makes any sense, or like redirect you. We have the Four of Cups, right? So you not having, because the Four of Coins and the Four of Cups are like upright, or reverse, excuse me. So the Three of Wands, you're not seeing this, and actually shockingly right here, because this is the sun, right, in Aries. But astrologically speaking, this is what it is. This is the sun in Aries. So some of you may be dealing with an Aries sun, right? And shockingly enough, I'm not even joking, right after that, you have the sun in Capricorn and moon in Cancer. So astrologically, you could be dealing with that. Maybe you have that in your chart, either or. But I wanted to tell you, this is the weirder thing, is when I caught this, instead of the sun in Aries, it looks like a handheld mirror, like an ancient handheld mirror. Some of you need to take a good look in the mirror, and you see what you're seeing, and accept. Radical acceptance. So I'm seeing maybe someone is like mirror scrying, and you're looking at a certain object or abstract concept that you're not piecing together, but there is a mirror in this case. So some of you, a mirror is going to play in part of seeing things, kind of like a crystal ball with the Ace of Wands and seeing something. Now, the Two of Swords and this caution, the attachments, the red flags, and not over like looking. Some of you are looking for red flags. Some of you are looking at getting away from things, and you will find faults in literally everything, and this is just ego saying like, oh, I could be better, right? In reality, it's not even that. Like, it's not. There's a huge fire that is burning from within, and that's your soul. Like, set me free. I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to go. And I'm seeing someone play Mario Kart. So with that being said, I actually want to switch to the other deck. So thank you. Now, because of things coming, yeah, look. And this says heeding the call, judgment. We have the King of Coins, right? The provider and a new perspective. So heeding your call and like pay attention, because like Spirit's sending these signals, which is like red flags, and like you're heeding the call, like be like, okay, I'm ready. I saw this. I'm ready. I'm heeding my call, my calling, right? And Spirit is providing these for you. People are providing them for you. Some of you are just addicted, right? And yeah. Some of you are addicted to the pain, the mental anguish. Some of you need to feel a certain type of way, or hooked to something, chained to something to live, you know? That's just how you live for so long, that you have been addicted to suffering. You've been addicted to all this, and even to a person, right? And instead of just letting go, you know? And then the Naked Before the Stars is saying, like, letting everything be bare. So being peaceful amongst thorns is accepting that you will prick yourself, but yet at the same time, there is so much chaos around us. And look, you have the wheel. And this is saying that the wheels on a spoke go hand in hand. And when you bust that, you bust the cycle, the hamster wheel that's in your mind. A lot of you need to pick up something that calms you down, be near water, ground out, meditation. That's being revealed to you. Now, being naked before the stars, I really feel like some of you need to take a good look in the mirror, get naked, look in the mirror, and instead of seeing everything that you hate or want to change, being nakedly vulnerable is something that scares the shit out of us, because we don't know, and that's that addiction. Is we're so addicted to that negative self and all the things that make us negative about ourselves and what we consume. And now it's time to flip the script and flip the table and being like, I'm not going to accept this. I'm not going to accept this negative hate. I don't want this anymore. I'm going to start accepting my radical self for who I am. Like, I can always change myself, but is change going to make me feel better about myself? So we have addicted, we have parasite, and then hiding your true self. So I feel like with hiding our true selves, we can drape ourselves in everything, right? We look good, we can blend in, and yet it's just what we've come to accept, and it's parasitic to ourselves. Our own mind is parasitic to ourselves. And we see others that they fit in and do all this other shit, but Black Flowers. It was funny because I heard the song Black Roses by Trey Songz, actually, and like letting love die, and that's what it was. So some of you need to let the shadows die off, because they're feeding, and this parasite, this addictive parasite that we have, you know, is blinded to the pain. See, I'm telling you, we are blinded to addiction, and we love all this darkness and we don't know how to accept our light, and instead we have anger and chains. So a lot of us, right, we see all this negative energy, and it's so sorrow that our souls, and our inner selves are like, I can't do this anymore, but our minds are so addicted to pain and everything that we've ever faced. It's like, it's victimizing and it's parasitic. So being in that victim mindset is actually very parasitic, because that's all we'll ever know. It's like stitching yourself up, basically slacking on, all the pain cream, the pain pills, putting on a brave face, and just being like, yeah, everything's good. And then when you take it off, it's like achy joints after a long day. It's like slicing your veins open again, and like, I'm just ready to leave. I'm ready to transpire. I don't want to be here anymore. But yet, like, you're hooked up and you're feeding something else, like blood bags. Life is being drained from you to something else greater. And instead of someone just ripping them out, and instead of opening all wounds again, like, it's all mental. It's all a mirror. It's all an illusion. And this hiding yourself that's it. It's hiding. Instead of just facing reality, it's not doing anything for you. Like, not facing reality and facing your demons, you're never going to evolve. It's going to be the same repetitive cycle. So this energy is all about revealing your innermost darkness. It's revealing your innermost illusions, your mirrors, and your addictions, and what chains you. So you need to cleanse. We have incense. It doesn't have to be with this cleanse, right? Some of you need to put down some of the things that you consume, smoke. There needs to be a change for you, and a lot of people need to reveal. So love is being restored. So some of you with this cleanse, right? After you've cleansed yourself of your own doing, some of your pain aspects, some of you need to focus on shifting and nurturing your inner child, or a child, or look back at your childhood and take bits and pieces of what you can do instead of being nostalgic. So mourning a loss, some of you may have lost someone, whether it be actual true death and transcendence, or like feeling like you lost a part of yourself in the process, or you lost your innocence and you're still mourning that. So seeking the light and soul searching, you feel like nothing ever, look, it took literally ancient Egyptians 20 years to build the pyramids. You have time. You do. And we have journey to recovery. So this mourning of a loss and feeling nostalgic, this childhood, what is the purpose? And mourning loss of love. Love is being restored to you and through you, because in the eyes of the universe, you are its child. Regardless if you're a grown adult or not, you are still its child, and it's asking to reconnect that divine child in you and restore it back to its proper authority and back to its proper home. And let love in and let light flow through you. Stop being addicted to the dark. Like, shadows live in the dark, and you're not that. So flip the light on. Light a candle. Flip the light on. Flip the light on. So here is the insight. A lot of you, right, are looking at the moon. With the cycles of life, you know how we are affected, oceans rise and they fall, lakes fall, tides fall, they sweep and they crash. They're all affected by gravity, right? We all go through cycles of life. So now it's time, instead of looking at that, some of you are stargazing, some of you are moon gazing. This reverse, because it's like upright, Some of you are in a pausing notion, right? And the third eye and the crown are very influenced by psychic insight of the moon, because the moon is the ruler of insight. And in the card, the moon, right, talks about illusions, right? What we see is not always what we perceive or what is actually there. And with this insight, what is this insight with the cycles? Maybe some of you are repeating. Yeah. Some of you may be repeating these cycles that have yet to be broken. I want to tell you, though, some of you need to stop wishing on a falling star. But I'm also seeing someone stargazing, looking through like a telescope or looking up at the planets. And you're looking out and like, I want to be there instead of here. Like, you know, when they say aim for the stars, you know, shoot for the moon, you'll aim, you know, you can land in the stars. You are your own star, capable of so much light and giving it off. And you need to learn to protect that light. And you're observing these cycles for you. And this is the point, is when you observe the cycles that you have put yourself through and you've acknowledged them, it's going to give you massive insight for you to break out of this reverse. Go forward, go backwards, go forward, go backwards. You know, take 10 steps, you're taking one like leap back. You know, it's not... Some of you, maybe you have like earth-shattering revelations, and this is a huge insight that you cannot, you need. Because look, the fact that the moon popped up and we were just talking about it and observing the cycles in which the moon rises and falls. Some of you need to take a moon journal, being that each phase of the moon is what makes you feel what is coming out, right? So you have self-defeat, right? What is the self-defeat? Some of you need to record how you're feeling and the cycles and learn those patterns. It may take months. For women, like your flow, like either it's being obstructed or whatnot, like the rise and the fall, or maybe it's being elongated. Singing bowls. Some of you need to listen to singing bowls, or you have singing bowls and they need to be cleared out. So using that to basically clear out any patterns of repeating, right? So stop daydreaming, stop wishing upon a star, stop going in circles, right? Be grounded and be present, right? Because this is a time of healing, right? And it says, believe in the magic of you. So some of you are connecting to the insight of the moon, right? You're observing what is going on, right? So for some of you are getting into moon casting, moon water, whatever is in, you're connecting with this, right? So this is actually, you're going through this loner part of you, this cycle, and you're being actually called to enhance your psychic development and enlightenment. You are being asked to reflect on everything, and your higher self is actually coming through, right? Your higher self is definitely wanting to meet and reconcile with you in divine timing. So cycles, again, you are on the universe's time and not your own. So what is the psychic insight with this moon, with moon casting, these cycles? So yes, every day for, I want to say, the next 3 to 4 months. Well, actually towards the end of this year. So basically starting when you see this video and you go outside and you look and you basically sit down and you do moon meditation or connect to the moon, wherever, draw down the moon, moon cast, whatever. Write down in your moon at the phase of what it is, what it looks like, how you feel, what arouses in you, and look at that. So we have uplifting energy, like better times are coming. It's just right now you need to be aware of the patterns, because right now you're going through a very tragic death and rebirth. So it's time to lay flowers on the grave of the old. Some of you are into crystal skulls or have a crystal skull, so you know it's watching. Some of you need to reprogram it so it does not watch, but it connects to a different energy. Reprogram that. So dissolution, someone is not satisfied. We have a divine masculine, right, which is chaotic and up in your life. And honoring yourself has been suppressed. Like, honoring you, you're so caught up in this, like, caught up in the, what is this divine masculine doing? What is this masculine energy doing? What is this? So we have red flags. Again, Black Roses, Trey Songs, check it out. There may be a message here. This danger, right? Some of you are so engrossed in this masculine energy and these wounds, these shadows, that there is nothing good about coming through this. And that is where the tragedy and the danger is. Black Swan is talking about doing destructive shit, and it's revealing its true purpose. And some of you, if you start seeing black swans in any case, or just the name, this is a sign that something is coming out. So use your discernment, right? We have the divine feminine, right? So there is a vacancy. It's like obscure, but it's like I'm there, but I'm not here. And so there is this mental aspect that is unblocked. And you may be finding yourself crying. Just remember, in the present moment right now, how you respond to things is using your discernment and using a choice. And remember, nothing is here by chance. Nothing will ever be here by chance. So, whispers. I'm also hearing, if you start hearing whispers out of nowhere, it could be your guides, but be very, like, use your discernment. Sometimes you don't respond to anything. Don't even say what, and just move on. So how you respond and how you react to people is doing this. For some of you, you may be unblocking parts of mental aspects of yourself, emotional things that are coming through with this key. You may be unlocking doors, like physically, like unlocking doors after you're finding that a random key and you're like trying to search for it and you're trying to figure out what it goes to. Some of you will actually get into this unlocking aspect, or you will be unlocking some secrets. For some of you, maybe watching Lock and Key, and that could be a message for you, or you're finding an old key that goes to literally nothing, but like spiritually, like you basically open it through a door, or it's given to you like and then unblock something. So something is unblocking. You may be unblocking someone on social media. They may be unblocking you. But I'm hearing a message was sent or will be sent. So how you choose to... Who is sending this message? Who is unblocking and who is sending this message? All I know, truth will be revealed. And this is what the Lion's Gate portal is activating, is truth being said. Insight. Higher self, spirit, psychic potentials are being unblocked. Some of you are being upgraded. Some of you are dealing with some psychic insight that you never had to deal with before, or some psychic gift that activated, unblocked itself because it was time. Yep. Yep. Subconscious awakening. So therefore there was an unblocking of a point energy and it was triggered in this. So therefore there was a heightened awareness and insight. So that is what I have for you today. So thank you very much. Peace, love, and happiness. And I love you guys.